Welcome to Keeping It Real Talk Show. Your host, Tim Williams, and your co-host, LaGrace Williams. Now let's go into the show. Welcome to Keeping It Real Talk Show.
Today's show is Battle of the DJs.
And we have two guests. And our first guest is Deshaun Edwards, which is known as DJ Merck, and his mother today, Trisha. That's great. Glad to have you on Keeping It Real Talk Show. Reason why we brought you on the set is because I've noticed your upbringing, you know, when you were pretty much young. I used to hear a lot of young people talking about, hey, we're going to DJ Merck's house and he's going to do our music, record us and everything. And a lot of them would say, hey, we're going to make our first album. And I was like, you know, I used to ask my sister, I said, how old is he? And she told me, she said, I believe he's number 13 or 14. I'm like, 13 or 14? And that gift that you have, you know what I'm saying? A lot of 13 and 14-year-olds are, you know, playing games, you know what I'm saying? They're into playing the games, the video games and all that good stuff. But, you know, noticing you were into the music. So pretty much, how did you get started? Did you take up music in school, or how was it?
Well, I say when I was about five or six.
Wow.
I started, you know, playing drums in church.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy that was playing the drums at the time, he would never let me play the whole set. So he'd just give me the flow tone and the raps and
Right.
then play. Then he went on, I think he went to the army or something.
Uh-huh.
And
That's where it started, from playing the drums.
right.
So now, how did you get into producing people? Which I noticed there was a group you produced a while back here, several years ago. You know, it's never been heard of, you know, a 13 or 14-year-old producing people, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, knowing the music, what type of beats, and,
Right.
you know, how did you get into all of that?
Well, I mean, really, I was inspired by a production, Evo Productions.
Uh-huh.
It inspired me, you know, a little underground thing or whatever. Nobody probably never heard of it, but that's what inspired me. And, you know, I heard one of Evo Production beats, and I was like, hey, I kind of like that, you know.
Right.
I had a little time to it. And then, you know, I used to always see on TV, like P. Diddy, all them, they have all these buttons and stuff.
Uh-huh.
You know, I was just curious, I want to figure out what they do.
Right.
So, I asked my mom about some of that stuff. She bought it,
Right.
and I threw my bed away. That's probably why my back hurt now. I threw my bed away when I was about 10. And when I was getting buzzed out, I said my reason for throwing my bed away because I didn't have no room for my studio.
Uh-huh.
So that's how that came about. I was recording in the house, you know. Some days, it all depends. If I'm recording gospel group, I put my microphone in my mama room, put the drums in my brother room, and put the keyboards in the living room, you know.
Right.
So I had the whole house as a studio.
That's all right. So pretty much, your mom supported you behind it all.
That's right.
You know, and that's a key, you know, of a mother, you know, supporting her child's dream. And pretty much let me ask you this, Deshaun, was that your dream to do music, or is this something you just picked up, or,
Well,
you know?
actually, I wasn't planning on doing music the way I'm doing music now.
Uh-huh.
To be honest with you, I wanted to be like some type of tattoo artist. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Right.
I used to be interested in drawing and all this stuff, but then
Right.
I just started liking music.
So you just pretty much shifted over into the music field.
That's right.
Right. So later on, you started DJing, which I know you started throwing a lot of parties.
My first party, it was my auntie Liz's birthday. And I had an old car speaker. I think it was 8, I think. Had some 8. Had an old house amp hooked up to him. Had a laptop that was about this thick. And I DJ'd my first party. It wasn't like 5 or 6 people there.
Right.
But I felt like somebody.
Uh-huh. That's all right. So I noticed at one point your mom was the manager. You were, at one point are you still as the manager of this group?
Yes.
And so he started, you started going everywhere, and he started, as he began to do his parties, and I noticed some of the things that he was doing over in Enterprise, you would follow him and support him, and that's very good, to see a mother interact with a child. And, a lot of parents, they don't push their child, they just let them lay beside the wayside and don't encourage them to move forward and to push, their dream, you know what I'm saying? And so pretty much the shepherd let us know here tonight that you pushed them, it's very good. What do you think about what he's doing?
I think it's marvelous.
Right.
I really enjoy the things that he does. I'm glad he's found something that he really loves doing.
Right. Now, when he was coming up, did you ever see this?
Well, yeah, kind of. When he was in the church wanting to learn how to play the drums and stuff.
Right.
But I didn't see the DJ and all that.
No, but you just on the drums. That's all right. And if you hear a lot of artists, they'll tell you, hey, we got started in the church. You know what I'm saying? That's when they got started. And I think that's great. You're doing a great job. And I tell a lot of young people, what I'm saying, be the best at whatever you do. And it's, like I said earlier, it's never hurt. You see a young guy, you're what, 17 now or 16? 16 years of age, and you're doing some things people dreamed of, But we just want to, tell you thank you for what you're doing. Keep up the good work, man. And I tell folk all the time, always put God first, and you'll excel like that.
Artist that inspired you back when you first started?
Well, on the gospel side, yeah, see Dr. Kinsey, Lee Williams, Jack Wares, then the other side, the other genre. You got Rich on the Corn, the Migos, of course, Future, and then you got your DJs. DJ Flake for one, because DJ Hot Boy and DJ Fry, real good.
So if you could give advice to someone that is interested in pursuing their dreams, what advice would you give someone?
If you can't take stress and a whole bunch of cables going everywhere, don't do it. If you can't take it, don't do it.